Hello students, this is Miss Michaud, and this is a screencast to help you with Net Pay Assignment number 5. Objectives. Students will be able to calculate gross pay, calculate or determine deductions such as Fica, Medicare, federal income tax, and state income tax. Students will be able to calculate total deductions and calculate net pay. Background information on payroll deductions. Here are some examples. Fica, which stands for Federal Insurance Contributions Act. It's another name for Social Security. It was enacted in 1935 under FDR, and the percent withdrawn is 6.2%. Medicare is insurance for those that are retired. It was enacted in 1965, and 1.45% is withdrawn for Medicare. The amounts withdrawn for federal income tax depends on your wages, marital status, and the number of withholding allowances you claim. Withholding allowances are the number of people you are financially responsible for. The amounts withdrawn for state income tax also depend on wages, marital status, and withholding allowance. And the amount withdrawn for health insurance depends upon the plan that you have and how much your employer is willing to pay. So here's the scenario. Assume that you earn an annual salary of $42,000, that you are single, claim one allowance, and are paid on a bi-weekly basis. First, list the 5 factors that influence your net income in the below chart. So those influences will be your payroll deductions, which will go right over here in this column. Okay, so when you're paid bi-weekly, that means every other week. There are 52 weeks in a year, so if you divide that by 2, that means you get 26 paychecks in a year. So let's first record the annual salary on line 1. Now we need to divide the $42,000 by the 26 payments to figure out what your biweekly gross pay is. $42,000 divided by 26 is $1,615.38. Next, we need to figure out Fica, which is another name for Social Security. Do you remember the amount withdrawn for Fica? It is 6.2%, so we need to take a percent of a number. So we need to take 1615.38 and multiply by 0.062. And you should get $100.15. Don't forget to put FICA over here in this column and the answer over here. For line number 4 is we need to determine Medicare. So let's take the 1615.38 and multiply it by 0.0145 because Medicare is 1.45%. Please do this on your own and then I'll display the answers. You may pause this video at any point in time, take screenshots, write down notes. And so Medicare is $1,615.38 times 0.0145. So the answer for that is $23.42. You should record that on line 4. Okay, now we need to determine the amount withdrawn for federal income tax, which we need to look up online. So what we should do is go to the site that I told you about, Hopefully you've bookmarked it. If you didn't, let me show you how. You should query Federal Withholding Tables 2021. It's generally the first link, which is called Publication 15T. And we are now going to go to page 12. If you haven't bookmarked this, though, you want to go up to Bookmarks, bookmark this tab, and click Done. Okay, so this is what the document looks like. And we're going to go to page 12. Okay, so this is your bi-weekly table. You need to find the intersection of the standard withholding for a single person. That's the next to the last column. So the intersection of that and the wages of $16.15.38. So $16.15 is at least $1,600, but less than $16.20. And the next to the last column should be $128. So you'll see this is what it looks like. $16.15, and the single for a standard withholding is $128. Okay, so you should record $128 for line number 5. Now we need to determine the amount withdrawn for state income tax. Okay, so let's go to that table. Main Withholding Tables 2021. It's generally the first link that appears. Main Revenue Service, Withholding Tables. And then when that loads up, we need to bookmark it. Okay, and let's go to page 10. On page 10 is the bi-weekly table. So it's portrait, and it needs to be, the orientation needs to be landscape. So we're just going to rotate it 3 times. There we go. We're looking for the salary of $1,615. So that is at least $1,590, but less than $1,620. And one withholding allowance is here, the intersection, so it should be $65. Again, find the intersection of the number of withholding allowance and the salary. So that will be $65. So this presentation just shows you what that chart looks like. You should record the $65 for state income tax. And now we have all of these deductions. Now what we need to find out is our total deductions. So please add these up. Okay, don't wait for the answer now. Please do it. And then I will display the answer. Should be $464.72 is total deductions. Next, we need to determine our biweekly net pay. So remember, net pay is your gross pay minus your deductions. So it'll be the $16.15.38 minus $464.72. So please do this now. Don't just wait for the answer. Please do it. Thank you. So $16.15.38 minus $464.72 is $1,150.66. That goes on line 9. Now finally, we need to determine our monthly net pay. And we need to do this because our budget is based on the monthly amount. So remember, if you're paid biweekly, you're paid every other week. Okay, there are approximately 4 weeks in a month, in an average month. So assume that you are paid week 1 but not week 2, and you're paid week 3 but not week 4. You would be paid twice within that month. So you need to take the $1,150.66 and multiply it by 2 to determine your monthly pay. Should be $2,301.32. And this is what your answer sheet should look like. But we're not quite done. Let's go to the questions to the bottom of the page. Question 1, what amount should your budget be based on? So we've mentioned this a few times in class, and I think once in this video. A budget should be based on the monthly net pay, because that is how often you pay your bills, and net pay because that's the actual amount of money you have to work with. Okay? We need to know the why, okay? So you need to be specific here. Question 2. In this example, what percent of your biweekly gross pay goes to your payroll deductions? Please show your work. So you need to take your total deductions in this example and divide it by your biweekly gross pay. Okay, please do that now. Look at your chart, look at your handout. $464.72 divided by $1,615.38 comes out to 0.2876, which is 28.76%. Remember, I said that you could expect to lose between 23 and 30% of your income to your payroll deductions. Okay, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hopefully you understand this information better. Have a great day.